The man on the mission. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Now, do y'all remember the mornings when Biden used to call a lid before noon? Or when his enablers would shoo reporters out after every public event? Well, before noon today, Donald Trump made more pro-American policy announcements than Biden did in his entire first term. And he took more than a dozen questions from the press, no note cards. Then he got on a plane to Saudi Arabia for meetings with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and others. He hinted at a stopover at some point, maybe in Turkey, on the Russia-Ukraine issue. There's already a meeting set Thursday between those two powers. Now, I remember when Democrats used to demand peace. But now, it's Republican President Donald Trump who's the peacemaker.
I think good things can come out of that meeting. Stop the bloodshed of the horrible. It's a bloodbath. They're not American soldiers. They're from Russia. They're from Ukraine. But they're people. They're human souls. And they're being killed at levels that we haven't seen since the Second World War. We're working very hard to see if we can end that bloodbath.
Now, this would be good for all sides and better for us. We do not have another $200 billion to blow there, period. End of story. But the goal never changes. Trump wants to put points on the board for America, for our people, on domestic, foreign policy, all those matters. Trump 2.0 is acting like an administration operating almost on borrowed time. What do I mean by that? They all know that their window for making real change in Washington is narrow, and Trump's a man on a mission. Issues that other presidents ignored or even made worse, he's diving into them, straight into them, like resetting our global trade relationships, especially with China. But Trump's team met over the weekend with the Chinese, and both sides right now see a path forward. For at least the next 90 days, tariffs are coming down significantly. But can we really trust that China's going to change its ways?
Yeah, I think they're going to follow through. I think they want it very badly. I think they want the deal very badly. Again, this doesn't include the steel tariffs that I put on a long time ago that Biden tried to get off, but he couldn't get them off because it was too much money. You know, I took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China, what a lot of people don't know, but we put on the tariffs originally. And if I didn't do that, we wouldn't have a steel industry today. Now we have a thriving steel industry. It'll be thriving much more with what we're doing because this is the next level.
Well, we know this. Wall Street liked what it saw. The stock market jumped more than 1,100 points today. More on this with Jamieson Greer, the U.S. trade rep, who was in the negotiations in a few minutes. Now, there was also good news on the release of Eden Alexander, that American hostage held by Hamas for more than 580 days. Trump's team has been pressing for his release. Now, this is the moment his mother heard his voice on the phone for the first time in over a year.
They just released a photo of you, and you look unbelievable. Wow. You look beautiful. I love you so much, and I'm gonna see you, like, soon.
Well, they were celebrating in Israel and in Tenafly, New Jersey, where his family is from. Now, Trump has made bringing home all of our prisoners held unfairly by foreign countries a top priority. Fantastic. And then there's the small matter of Trump helping to prevent a nuclear war between India and Pakistan.
We helped also with trade. I said, come on, we're going to do a lot of trade with you guys. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. If you stop it, we're doing trade. If you don't stop it, we're not going to do any trade. People have never really used trade the way I used it. That I can tell you. And all of a sudden they said, I think we're going to stop. We're going to do a lot of trade with Pakistan. We're going to do a lot of trade with India. We're negotiating with India right now. We're going to be soon negotiating with Pakistan. And we stopped the nuclear conflict. I think it could have been a bad nuclear war.
Again, could Biden or Harris have exerted any of this pressure? They wouldn't even know where to start. And their answer would have been something like, we're going to convene the UN Security Council for a meaningless vote on this. Now, finally, perhaps the most important move by Trump today was against the obscene prices Americans pay for prescription drugs versus the rest of the world. Pharma's probably going to take him to court over this, but if this executive order survives legal scrutiny, get ready to save a lot of money. More on this coming up with FDA Commissioner Marty McCary. But all of these big issues, taxes, deregulation, the cost of living, energy, the border, the pursuit of peace, the push for more investment in manufacturing in America. Look, Trump is firing on all cylinders. Not everything may work out. Not everything is always supported by a majority in Congress. But no one, and I mean no one, can doubt that we have a president who is trying with everything he has, pushing his staff 24/7, and he pushes them, to deliver results for the American people. Just think of where we were a year ago. The contrast could not be clearer. And that's The Angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.